Hey guys, welcome to Ardent. Thanks for joining us today as we talk about things that we love. This week I got Ace right here with me.
What's up?
buddy? And I'm your host today, Leo. Let's just kind of jump right into it. Ace, what's the first thing you want to talk about, man? I know you're really excited.
Oh, dude, this this episode 6 of Boba Fett was just fan service dish left and right, and I'm here for it, man. I loved it. It was, and I mean, just like you said last week's episode of the podcast. If y'all haven't seen, go right ahead and see that. As you said, that the best the best show for Boba Fett didn't have Boba Fett.
Like the entire world said that, man. Like it's true though, and
Yeah.
it's fine to a point, but after this one, I'm like, man, he literally made a cameo in his own show. Like,
I know.
he didn't even
Dude.
say anything.
I know. But no, it was so great. I was texting you while I was watching it. And I'm like, it's Ahsoka, she's back. Oh yeah, spoilers if y'all haven't seen it. So yeah, but I mean, it's already been a week, so
All
I
two
mean,
of you.
well,
No,
close
no.
to a week. But anyways, yeah, so we saw Ahsoka, we saw young Luke Skywalker, which he looks so much better than what we first saw him in the
Yeah.
Mandalorian. So
Because they hired that guy, bro.
they hired that guy for
They
YouTube.
hired the
So
guy from YouTube.
that guy he did his job well. We saw Baby Grogu back. But yeah, I think what Boba Fett came out like in the last 10 minutes of the show, like when Mando returned to
Yeah, when he
Tatooine.
showed us the Tatooine. Yep.
Yeah, and then we saw mother freaking Bane, dude. He's back, and
Dude.
he looks so good.
That's like
He looks so
very.
good.
So many people are like mad about the way he looks too.
Really?
And I didn't even think about it at all. I thought like,
He
holy
looked
crap,
great. Yeah.
Cad Bane in live action. Like,
Yeah.
haven't seen him since what, the Clone Wars? Because I don't think he was in Rebels.
The
Right?
animated.
No, he wasn't in Rebels.
I think he was in Rebels actually. Was he? I don't remember.
remember.
Yeah, I don't remember if he was in Rebels, but yeah, I mean, at least from our memory, at least the last time we saw him was in the Clone Wars in the final season of the Clone Wars.
So we see him, and he's working for the Pike Syndicate, and he's telling the Marshal Cobb Vanth like for
pretty much like stay
away
out of
from
it.
him. And he also tells him that Boba Fett's like a cold-blooded killer who works for the Empire, who
worked for the Empire.
Yeah, exactly. And then I mean, Cad Bane's a bounty hunter, mercenary, so he doesn't really have a side, but that was kind of interesting there. And then also
his side is the money. So whoever shows him the money, that's the side he's on.
But he also mentored Boba Fett, and he was mentored a little bit by Jango Fett. So he's just like,
yeah,
okay, so how is this gonna?
Yeah, I don't see how people say that he looks bad, because he's not gonna look like he.
People were like, oh, he's not blue enough, and then people have already like deep faked him like they did with Luke. With Luke, that makes sense. But this is literally a cartoon character, like an animated character brought to live action.
Yeah,
I'm so mad I smacked my microphone.
Did you recognize him like right away, or
as soon as you see like the silhouette, like the first shot of him, I'm like, oh we already knew that he was gonna. I mean, there was rumors that he was gonna come, but as soon as I saw that silhouette, and dude, it was so fitting that it happened at Mos Pelgo or Freetown now, that he had that standoff, and I knew that dude was going to die. Like as soon as he was like.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Bane, then I'm like, they're dead. They're both dead. I mean, he's
Cobb Vanth ain't dead, bro. He's not gonna be dead, and I'm pretty sure he didn't kill him, or he left him alive. Like he wasn't going to kill him. Yeah, for sure. Because I'm sure at some point he's gonna need him. So or he feels like he could be useful,
or he's gonna go tell Boba Fett and Mando that it's Bane who was there. Or some bounty hunter who's blue.
No, he's not blue enough. They won't recognize him.
I know.
Like,
but okay. Anyways, okay. So that was like towards the end of the episode, but like we're kind of jumping all around. So we see, we see freaking Mando go to
I don't
was
know
it
what the name of that planet
the
is.
planet? I don't remember. I don't know what. Yeah, I mean, and
I
then
don't
we
think.
the first person we see, well, the first droid we see is R2D2, and like that was so cool. Like R2D2 was the first droid we see, and then what'd you think about those like droid ants that were just like marching back and forth,
Dude, that was really cool.
right? Because in my head, I'm like, are those supposed to be ants? Because they were just like they were acting like an ant colony.
That's what it kind of looked like. Cause I mean, they are building something for him. But I'm
Mhm.
trying to figure out like what
Well,
temple is or, like where's he
they're
building at?
building the academy, I believe. Um, because that's what Ahsoka was saying that Grogu was gonna be the first student in the academy. So I'm guessing that was the academy, Luke's academy that they were building. But yeah, so like Mando's there and he's just waiting for somebody to show up, and then Ahsoka shows up.
Uh-huh.
He's like, oh, it's you. He's like, yeah, and then she tells him that thing about Grogu that he misses him, that Grogu misses him dearly, but he's in a different path now. He's in the Padawan path instead of in fondling
For now.
for now. Yeah,
But
and
do you think he's gonna? I don't know, man. What do you think he's gonna choose? Because
I
it's
don't, dude,
kind
I
of
don't
crazy
know.
because we're watching a Boba Fett show, but we're trying to figure out what's Grogu gonna do.
I know. I have no idea. I have no idea. And because that choice that Luke Skywalker gives him, he's he was it was either the lightsaber, Yoda's lightsaber, or the armor that Mando brought for him, which looks like a mithril, like in the Lord of the Rings, which we will talk about that later. But it looked like Frodo's mithril armor that he wore
He's gonna
in the first
be
movie.
little
But
Frogu. I was
Frogu
really
has
bad. Just
hashtag Frogu.
edit that out.
That was kind of bad. But no, dude, did you okay? So when we were 'cause so when Luke and Grogu were meditating and um training, a couple things. The first thing, when they were going on their walk, like you see him like walking, and then you just see Luke doing this
He's
with
just
his
like
hand.
picking him up.
He's picking him up with the force. That was so cute. That was great.
And later
Um,
when he's like dodging all the like training droid stuff and
mhm.
he's just like doing little flips.
Yep, just flip
Oh, he's
everywhere.
tired himself out.
Well, he tired himself out because he like destroyed the training droid with
Oh yeah, that was
with the
awesome.
force. Yeah. So, but yeah, so they were, and then that one question when Luke Skywalker he asks Grogu, he's like, do you remember where you came from? And he's like, do you want to remember? And then we see freaking Order 66 again. Like what the it's like Dave Filoni. I mean, you can like tear our hearts like over and over again with this Order
I mean,
66.
it's different. It's a different perspective because we've seen it a
Yeah,
lot. I mean, we've seen it from the Padawan's perspective as well. But this dude was, I mean, he was probably what like 20 years old or
yeah.
something. But he was still
Child,
he's
baby.
a baby.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't seen it from a actual baby's perspective. Um,
Mhm.
but we get to see that. I was really nervous though because I thought, please don't show his actual like
Yeah.
home because we don't want to see that. That's like one of
Mhm.
the mysteries of Star Wars that like if they like showed us, I would kind of be like upset or annoyed. You
Mhm.
know, like I don't really care for a bunch of other stuff. Like, oh, why there's no mystery behind Boba Fett? He took his helmet off. But like I don't care for that. But yeah,
Mhm.
as far as like Yoda's home planet, like that's just kind of leave it
Yeah.
be. There's like a couple of them.
Mhm. So yeah, so we see Order 66, and again, just like the massacre, but it doesn't show how he got out or who
Mhm.
saved him. It just kind of cuts like right before the clones were going in and
I think if we
shooting
ever
them.
find that out, we'll probably find that out like in a later season of Mandalorian.
Yeah,
The
most likely.
actual season of Mandalorian, not just
Yeah,
2 interlude episodes.
most likely. But dude, I was so happy. So at the very end, when Mando leaves, right? Mando leaves on his Naboo starfighter, and Ahsoka and Luke were there standing right next to each other, and they were talking, and Ahsoka's like, you're so much like your dad." I'm like, "Oh, this is so
Yeah.
crazy."
Like if you had said like even 5 years ago, like yeah, there's gonna be a show and Luke and Ahsoka are gonna hang out together. Like I
I
would
would
have thought you were crazy.
my mind would have been blown. This is mind blown, man. But they did it so well, and I was hoping to see Ahsoka in this series. Okay, I was talking to you. Was it 2 days ago? And I'm like, it'd be great if like Ahsoka comes in and like helps Boba Fett with her lightsaber skills. Like that'd be so dope. But I mean, that
Oh,
was never gonna happen. But I mean,
no.
we did see her, so I was half right. I was just I was not fully right.
He's trying to take credit for everything now.
Dude, of
But
course, she's my girl, man. So Ahsoka's awesome.
any reason to see Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka is it's
Yeah,
all right. It's all right.
it's great. So we have that, and yeah, so it was just a lot of pretty much the whole show was just that whole show was the training montage, pretty much between Grogu and Luke Skywalker, and a
That's part of
couple
it. Yeah.
part of it. It was, I mean, it was a lot of it. It was like 90% of it. I'm pretty like the other 10% was just uh Mando getting there, Mando leaving, and then Mando talking to Boba Fett, and
And
then
then
we
that
see
club
Bane.
blowing up.
Oh yeah, that's right. The club blowing up.
I like how that's like an afterthought.
I know. It's because so much happened in this episode, dude. So much
Uh,
happened.
I really just hope that they kind of like kind of have to because there's one
Mhm.
episode left. Right?
Yeah, I
There's
think
just
there's
one
one
episode
episode left.
left, and
Yeah.
they only have that episode to wrap everything up to hopefully show us why they did that, why they showed us so much.
Mhm.
That
Or why they brought Grogu and Luke and everybody in it. Like, I mean, I know it's kind of to pitch or to remind that, hey, there's like a Ahsoka show coming, and hey, Mando season 3 is coming,
yeah, but that's not
and we
something you
have,
necessarily have to do in a show. Like, hey, remember these characters? They have to be
yeah,
in this. They're gonna have their own show. Like, that's not something that.
yeah. So that's why I'm wondering if the episode 7, I guess, right? Episode 7 it'll like not really explain, just kind of say why, or if
Well, it's
anything,
gotta have some sort of like
maybe
payoff. So
yeah, maybe we can just chalk that episode up as a filler episode. Um, who knows?
no such thing, bro. No such thing. I guess they don't have time for it, so it definitely has to be something that has to move the plot forward. Like,
Yeah,
so I mean, we won't know until next week for sure. But
for sure.
yeah, I'm sure everything kind of plays into it at some point.
Mhm.
Grogu's gonna show up. He stole Luke's X-wing on a joyride and decided to come save his dad. And he's wearing the mithril and the little lightsaber, and he just stole
And
Luke's
just
lightsaber too for fun. So
and
it's
he just goes hard on everybody. He just like
Mhm.
takes everybody out.
Like, stay away from my daddy.
Imagine, but yeah. So yeah. So I don't to go back to what the question of like, what do you think Grogu's gonna choose? I have no idea between either staying with going
He'll
back
be
to
like,
Mando
why
or
don't we have both?
staying. Yeah, or yeah, going back with Mando, or staying the course of the Padawan, which even Luke said that for you like a couple years is it's just a short time, but for others it's a lifetime because of just how they age. So
Yeah.
he's
He
like,
said
so
like a short
he's
time
like,
for you is a lifetime for others. And
yeah. So it's like you probably won't, if you choose the side of the Padawan or the light of the Jedi, you probably won't see Mando ever again. And
yeah.
so yeah. And I mean that's kind of crazy to just throw that on a kid.
I mean,
but
he is 50.
yeah, I mean, well, yeah, he's 50 years old. So, but I don't know. It's gonna be fun. It's I'm excited.
But yeah, dude. I mean, I'm really excited for the finale. So
Mhm.
just hope it's like as good as the last two episodes.
Yeah. Well,
Even if that means we have to see a little bit of Boba Fett, but
I
I can deal with that.
right. Yeah,
I
I really do wonder who else they're gonna bring as like as foot soldiers, because what was her name, the girl, the Boba Fett's right hand
Fennec.
woman, Fennec, she was like, "Yeah, we have muscle now. We just need foot soldiers." So
that's why he went to
I
Moscow.
know, but I don't know if he's dead or not now. So who
I
knows what's
I
gonna
doubt he's
happen?
dead.
Yeah,
Cad Bane went to send a message. He didn't go to
mm,
like kill him.
true.
So if
But
he went to go
I
kill him, that
really,
dude would have been like
yeah,
they would show us that he was dead.
yeah, and also, I mean, I do think that the deputy died. Like
Oh yeah, he's definitely dead. He shot him like 50 times in the chest.
yeah.
Dude ain't 50 Cent.
So, uh, well, what a way to bring a reference in. um,
I was hoping you just like kind of fly by that one.
no, I had to acknowledge it, dude.
I mean, it's just funny because we've seen I my cousin Udell, who we've had on here before, said that he should I like jump on Boba Fett because everyone's excited about it now. And it's funny because like the first 4 episodes, I was like, yeah, cool, but I didn't go tell everyone, oh my god, it's so great. But the last 2 episodes, like, yeah, I've been telling everybody like y'all need to watch it. Like if you haven't been watching it, you need to watch it. Watch the 4 episodes, watch episode 5 and 6, and then you're gonna be like blown away. Like after seeing these last 2, it shows me that these people know what they're doing. So I hope that it's a good payoff in the finale. I think it's also kind of like I haven't hated this as much as other people that are crying about every little thing with Boba Fett because I never cared for Boba Fett. Like
Well, he was always like a sideline character.
Well, yeah, but people always thought like, oh, he's so cool. We love Boba Fett. They're big fans, and I know people like that. And that's fine. Like you can be, but I never cared. And then the people who wrote this and created this, they're the ones that made me care. Yeah. As I didn't think the Robert Rodriguez directed episode for Boba Fett was very good, but he's the one that directed the one with the Rancor with Danny Trejo, of course.
Danny Trejo, yeah.
But he directed the one with was it? Yeah, he directed the one with Boba Fett last season. And I cared about that. Made me care about Boba Fett, thinking like this is badass.
Yeah.
So it kind of set us up to see some brutal, like some brutal stuff, and we haven't really seen any of it.
We really, I mean, unless you're like super into the fandom, like read all the comics and the books, we really don't have much information on Boba Fett. Like we just have what he appears like twice in the movies, maybe if that twice.
Yeah, just the last 2 movies.
Yeah. So that's it, and that's all he appears. And
yeah, we see him in the Clone Wars. That's
yeah, true. Yeah, but yeah, we don't see him. We don't have much information out of him. So it's really cool that that this show shows his background, what happened after he got out of the earth worm, what it is,
the Starlight Pit,
Pit,
the earthworm. He's more of a piranha plant than a worm.
Yeah, true. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see episode 7 and what they do, how it all ends. Yeah, because I think there's one more episode. If there's 2, then there's 8 episodes. But if this is the finale, then I'm hoping for a pretty good payoff at the end, at least.
Well, let's hope that we do. But if you guys have any thoughts, just leave them down in the comments below. All right, now that we're all done talking about Mando or Boba Fett, that's
right.
Dude, everyone I know said that. It's kind of hard not to now.
This is Mando season 3 light edition.
It's season 2.5 or 2.1, whatever you want to say.
The preseason to season 3.
The longest interlude. Like exactly. It's literally been like a third of this season has been about Mando mostly.
Yeah.
But anyways, now we're done talking about that. So last week we did talk about how Xbox bought Activision and Blizzard for a ton of money. Like what was it, like 7 billion or something?
It was like 70, I think, if you remember.
70 billion?
Yeah, it was up there. Or like 70 million. I don't remember. But it was up there.
Anyways, now we have Sony making some moves too because they bought Bungie. And why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Ace?
Yeah, I mean, it was just Yeah, they pretty much they bought Bungie. Everybody at one point thought, "Ooh, Bungie is the maker of Halo." So, well, at one point was the maker of Halo. So now
They
Sony owns
created it,
Halo.
and then
But
Microsoft bought them
that,
out.
yeah, but that's not how that works. Microsoft still has the IP of Halo, so they're never going to let that go ever. So, but yeah, I think the what comes, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly what all comes into the Bungie deal. I know that one of the games is Destiny and Destiny 2, which
Yep.
I know it has a pretty good fan base, but I haven't heard like them do anything
Yeah,
since like when it was hot back in the day. So I have no idea what Sony is going to do with Bungie, but I do trust Sony's writing teams. Like I trust the Santa Monica Studios. Like if they're like, hey, Santa Monica Studios, we have this okay IP with Destiny, make something. I'm
dude.
I trust them.
I
So,
I
but I
think
don't know.
the only thing that I know that Bungie made has been like Destiny. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Same as you. Like other than like they created Halo, but I don't know. This can mean a lot of things because I mean, what do we have coming out next? In a couple of weeks, we have the Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
Could they be? They're just buying up IPs not just for video games, but to make video game movies. They could
But
make a good chunk of change off of like some Destiny, whether it be like um, films or TV series or something, because that's probably what they're looking at as well. They have a whole studio dedicated to just PlayStation, films
mm,
for entertainment. So, do you think that's something that we could kind of see in the future, like a
I
Destiny game
mean,
in the future?
I
Or if
maybe, but I don't know much about Destiny to say like, oh yeah, it'll be a cool show or a cool movie. Like I have no idea. So because I never really played Destiny, I heard about it and I heard it was like a super fun online game for a while, but I never played it.
You
And
sound
I know
really old when you say super fun online game, because like
that what is online game?
how
What-
how many games are not online?
I know, right? Well, at the time, it was what 2000 and I think it was for like the PlayStation 4, I think, or one
Yeah,
of
that's
the games for the PlayStation 4. So it was, and it's been a while, but like I don't know much about the character Destiny, and I don't know much about the lore and the background of the game Destiny to say, oh yeah, it'll be a pretty cool game,
mm,
or movie or show. But it does look like a really fun game too that has a pretty good following. But yeah, I don't know why Sony bought it, and a lot of people were saying that like, oh, Sony bought Bungie because Microsoft bought Activision, so that did this was their like big splash. But a lot of people, I follow a couple of people who work for Sony on Twitter, and they were saying that it's not because of that. It's totally something totally
I
else.
mean, we would never know for sure, because
Yeah,
if they didn't know that that Xbox was buying Activision, they
mhm,
wouldn't have just reacted, "Oh, let's buy
yeah,
something and buy Bungie," because what was
yeah,
it? It was a week ago,
yeah,
and
yeah,
but
and
at the same time, of course they knew that Microsoft was in talks to buy Activision.
oh
They
yeah,
had to have known. So
yeah.
it's not like that.
Yeah, and these deals don't get made like in days. They take months and
They take
months,
sometimes years.
years of like planning and negotiating because I think the final price was 3.6 billion. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 3.6 billion. So it's not one of those things that you just go and write a 3.6 billion dollar check and like here you
The
go.
cool thing is too that they're kind of letting them operate on their own.
Mhm.
They're just gonna have like they're just owned by
Yeah,
PlayStation, which makes me think too, they trust the teams that they have there, so they just wanna own the IPs.
yeah.
That's pretty much it.
And
Uh,
Sony has good distribution to a big network,
yeah.
a big player network. So, but yeah, so I think we're still gonna it's gonna take a while, maybe a year or two to figure out what Sony is doing with Bungie. They might next year or the year after they might do like, oh, we're releasing a game or something. Or Bungie's gonna come out with like, hey, we're releasing a game, or
Yeah.
we're doing Destiny 3 or whatever. So
Do you think this is gonna like kinda get us into like an age of nothing but exclusives, pretty much. Because, I
I
mean,
hope not. I mean, I think the exclusives is a model that is going to die in a couple years because so many of the games now, like, I mean, look, if you take
well,
probably the two biggest games right now is Warzone and Fortnite that are online. Uh, like they're cross-platform, cross everything. So it's I don't know. I mean,
I mean, with
if
that, do you think that, I mean, Microsoft owns Call of Duty now?
I
Do you
know,
think they're gonna keep those games cross-platform,
yeah,
or
they're
they're
gonna
gonna
have
stay?
to. I wouldn't. What
Because
I would
they
be
probably don't want to get
I
rid of
would
that
be
player base.
shocked. Like I would be shocked if Microsoft says, "Oh, from now on, Call of Duty is going to be an Xbox exclusive." I would be
What if they like
totally
make a
shocked.
move and then they say, if you have a PlayStation, you can have Game Pass?
I don't know
They,
that'd be totally different because Sony has PlayStation has their own thing, don't they? Like PlayStation Now or
yeah,
whatever.
but that's another thing. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't know all the numbers, but if they have Sony can use, keep Game Pass, people will continue to buy the PlayStations to play those other games.
Mhm.
And the same way with Sony, like, if people want to play like Bungie, they can still do cross-platform, but they have to they have to like pay for their services because that's where they make their money. They actually make their
Yeah,
money off the software and the subscriptions and
yeah.
services, the online and stuff like that. It's not necessarily off of the actual consoles. So
Mhm.
there's got to be reason for all this, and I think like in the next few years, like we'll start to see a huge shift
Mhm.
in how these games are played and where you can play them. Because Microsoft started with, I mean, of course, it's Microsoft, so Windows, and
Yeah.
you don't have to own an Xbox. You can play it on your PC. You can play everything that we have for Xbox
You can
essentially
play it on
on
your
your
phone
PC.
too, if you're
Yeah,
so
you
inclined
have
to do
Game
so.
Pass. You can,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Mhm.
I think this is like the next big thing that we're gonna, see. This is gonna be like the next revolution in like gaming to, I wouldn't say necessarily a full blown revolution, but like a big shift.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see a shift like that where like a lot of games are now cross platform and the exclusivity is kind of in the back of mind because I think that's where games are headed and I think if they want to reach a big player base I think they're gonna have to so do something like that. Of course I think they're gonna keep like some games exclusive like Halo and like
Mhm.
Insomniac games with PlayStation, right? But I think most of them are gonna be cross platform.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So I mean, this is one of those things that we're actually gonna have
yeah,
to, see in the next couple of years and see what we're
yeah.
gonna do.
See what Bungie comes up with.
Yeah. But anyways, continuing with, kind of the Sony train here, we did find out, yesterday or today actually
Today?
that Dakota Johnson is going to be Maddam Webb for Sony. They didn't really specify what, but she is going to be our Maddam
Mhm,
Webb. If she's going to be the voice in like, across the Spider Verse, or she's going to be like the interconnect, part of what
mhm.
connects us to the greater like Spider-Man universe, and that's actually going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah,
Um, it's kind of weird though because Madam Web is normally an old lady. Like if you saw her in like the 90s,
yeah.
so like she's an old ass woman. So I don't know, man. What do you think about her? And then is there any
Um,
see like why do you think they would have casted her?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, like you said, like Madam Web. I don't know a lot about Madam Web, but what I do know is that one, yeah, she's old, and usually depicted as an older lady, old woman, and but yeah, I have no idea. But Dakota Johnson is a
Mhm.
good actress. You know, she's had a couple roles in different movies, um, but I have no idea. I don't know if this is kind of like you said, like an animated thing. It's gonna be an animated thing, or is it gonna be like a live action thing, or so it doesn't really specify what. It just specifies that Dakota Johnson is attached to play Maddam Webb, and that's
Mhm.
all we have for now. But yeah, I don't know. If they go the live action route, then yeah, it'll be kind of interesting to see her as Maddam Webb, because usually she's depicted as an older lady. But
They're gonna do a Maddam Webb origin story. I know it. That's what they're gonna do.
maybe because yeah, I mean, and I'm pretty sure like me, like the general public who's a fan of Spider-Man but doesn't really know all the Spider-Man things. Like I don't know much about Maddam Webb, so an origin story might be pretty cool. You know, she's maybe not as famous as this Peter Parker. You know that we all know, and other Spider-Man people who are attached to Peter Parker. So yeah, I mean it'll be cool to watch a Maddam Webb
But who's Peter
origin
Parker?
story. I know, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, we don't really know too much about this, but that we know that Sony is making moves on the on the movie front too, especially going to take advantage of this like Spider-Man hype because it's still here. I still got to go watch it again, but I saw
did you see? Okay, this is totally off, but did you? I mean, kind of blindsided you, but did you see when Tom Holland he was doing press for Uncharted, and the guy the interview asked him, how do you feel about your movie being close to breaking like all the world all time like movie most money in the movie scene, or most money made all time, something like that? And Tom Holland's like, I think we're fair off of that. And the guy's like, no, you're like $20 million off, like domestically. Like it's like you're like just yeah, that's very doable. And he was just in shock of that, how close Spider-Man No Way Home was to being the all-time grossing movie ever. So it was.
I mean, the
pretty cool.
all-time best domestic grossing movie ever
Avatar.
is
Avatar.
Is it Avatar?
It's Avatar. It beat Titanic. Remember?
Let's see, domestic top. This is a Lifetime. Let me see if they have like domestic, because if they're talking about domestic, I think it's Star Wars. Yeah, it's The Force Awakens.
Is it?
Yeah. The Force Awakens domestic is $936 million. Avatar was 760. Spider-Man No Way Home is 738. So it's about 20 million away from Avatar in domestic to get number 3, but right now it's number 4. But right now I think Spider-Man is like number 6 worldwide lifetime gross. So
which is still amazing.
Still insane. Still ridiculously insane. Avengers Endgame almost made $2 million. Yeah, let's see. Wait, hold on. This is foreign. My bad. This is lifetime gross. Is Avatar's, 2.8 billion, Avengers 2.7, then Titanic, Star Wars, Avengers again, and then Spider-Man. So that is so ridiculous to me. As much as I freaking love Spider-Man, I never would have thought they would be this close to, being in the top 5 of all time, especially right now during a pandemic. Like we're still in a pandemic, people. Don't forget that. Yeah. Of course, I watched this movie 3 times, but I was wearing a Spider-Man mask most of the time. So, yeah, man. Anyways, we kind of got a little derailed there, but yeah, they gotta take advantage of this. It is fantastic that the movie has made as much as it did, and they're gonna take advantage of every Spider-Man property that they have.
Yeah. So, well, and then just keep. I mean, just again a little bit side note, but just keep on with the Sony. Uncharted is coming out this month too, so the Sony's just rolling with these these movies.
I said it. With Tom Holland, you think it's gonna help that Tom Holland's in it? Probably not, because movie stars don't really matter now.
Well, probably. I mean, a little
Unless
bit.
It's The Rock. I mean, everyone watched Red Notice, and apparently that was a terrible movie. So
Red Notice was carried by Ryan Reynolds. So let me just leave it there.
Let me have like 2 of the biggest movie stars right now ever.
Yeah,
and it's bad. I kind of wanted to watch it,
It's
and
not
then
it's not bad. It's actually a good movie, but the
it's
movie is carried by Ryan Reynolds. Like
is
it's
it good?
you can okay, you can tell who's the actor and who's not the actor. There we go. Let me just put it that way. But yeah, it's a fun. I mean, it's not like a Oscar winning movie. It's a fun movie to watch.
I've
It's
heard like
fun.
the opposite. You're the first person that even said it's
Really,
fun. So
it's
I,
fun. It's
hmm.
a fun movie. It's a fun movie where Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds, The Rock is The Rock, and
You know
what's his
what?
name?
The
It's
day you watch Cobra Kai is the day I watch Red Notice.
true. But Cobra Kai is a whole series. Like
It's
Red
amazing.
Reynolds is a movie.
I don't care. It's gonna
That's
feel like forever watching that.
the give and trade is not the same
Yeah, it is because you know what? Cobra Kai is just that much better. I already know it is.
Mm. But you can tell. Okay, so in Red Notice, you can tell who the actors are, Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds, and you can tell who the WWE superstar is, who's paid as the highest paid actor now.
Gal Gadot's
So
not that good.
yeah, but you can tell.
Good.
But okay, Ryan Reynolds. I'm just saying, just Ryan Reynolds carried that movie. Let me just leave it at that. There we go. All right, next.
There's only so far you can carry with a terrible script, bro. I don't know. I'm just saying what I heard. I haven't seen it. Don't attack me.
It's okay. It's not like a top 10 movie or anything. It's okay. It's fun.
Okay. Well, anyways, now that we talked about that terrible, Red Notice movie for like 2 minutes, dude, what are you excited to do this month, Ace? Because we got a lot of games coming out,
bro. So many games are coming out this month, dude.
But you can't even play half of them.
I can't. But we're here delivering the updates for the gaming world in February, and there's a couple big ones, man.
What are you gonna play, man? What do you want?
Well, if I could play, I would play the Horizon Forbidden West. That one's coming out February 18. I know that's
I cannot wait.
We were just talking about exclusives and PlayStation making moves, and this is one of the PlayStation's probably biggest games that they have. So what are you excited about this one? Because did you played the one before this one, right? That's for the
yeah. Horizon. It took me forever to beat it because it was such a big game, and it was I was very overwhelmed, honestly, because I think around the time I got that game, I also, was that when Breath of the Wild came out, and I had just beat Breath of the Wild, and I picked up Horizon Zero Dawn for like,
I think so.
I think I got it for like $15. Like it was on a ridiculous sale, and I bought it for $15, and it came with all the DLC. So I had it there, and I was like, man, this game can't be that good. It was $15. So I played like a little bit, and I never went back to it. But I was like, I kept, thought that I didn't want to, but I just didn't have time. And then when I finally got to it, I just couldn't put it down. I beat everything. I beat all the side quests that I could find, at least. I don't know. There's like some that are more hidden than others. But I feel like I did pretty much everything on there, and it took me like months to do that, just to chipped at it a little at a time, and I finally beat it. And yeah, dude, it was a very enjoyable game. I'm just looking forward to like the new machines, new weapons, new like areas and ways to explore. Like there's going to be so much more that they're going to add, at least from what I've seen. And yeah, I can't wait to get like back into this world. Honestly, this game is just fantastic. Aloy's, really, really great character, because, just the way, just seeing everything like through her eyes, like she is very like different than anyone that's there because of her past. I mean, I'm not trying to say too much. That's what I'm trying to, she has a very different perspective from everybody there, because she understands a lot more. Like she's able to understand a lot more than anyone. So I mean, if you could play this, dude, you definitely need to. And then
I've played like about like 2 hours of the first game, which I know is like nothing, right?
But nothing, dude.
I played like 2.5 hours of the first game, just because I don't have a PlayStation, and the only reason I played it is because when my sister was living in California with her roommate had a PlayStation. She had the game. I'm like, oh well, I mean, I was like, oh, I'm here for the weekend, so might as well just play while they're while at night or whether if they're busy or whatever doing stuff, I'll just give it a go. And yeah, I played like two, but like the first 2.5 hours of the game, and from from the minute, I'm like, wow, this is a really fun game. And I was just sad because I never played it again because well, one, I don't have a PlayStation. But when I get a PlayStation, then yeah, I'll definitely that'll definitely be one of the games I'm gonna have to play the first one and second one.
Mm.
But yeah, so I've heard a lot of great things, and I think that one right there, Horizon Forbidden West is probably one of the bigger games that's coming out in February.
Yeah.
Also, we have Elden Ring, February 25th.
I know you're excited for that.
That's a From Software game. I honestly I haven't played any of the Demon Souls games because I like games that challenge you, but I don't like games that just like beat you down. Like like I want to enjoy my gameplay. I don't want to be like I don't want to be like I want to be told how dumb I am and how I can't like beat this level. I want,
Dude,
so,
I'm pretty sure I've told you like my Bloodborne story
uh,
before, where I just like you start in like a church or something, and you walk out, and there's like this little village, and then there's this like bigger area with a ton of people, and then you have to like kill them all. You have to try to get around, so you can kind of sneak, right, and then make so like people don't really like see you and take on a few at a time. But man, I just kept dying there so hard, and I didn't even have it on like the hardest difficulty. It was like I think the second hardest, or like in the middle. Like I'm pretty sure it was more like in the middle. If I don't even know if there is a difficulty. That's how long it's been. But I just played that. I kept dying, and then I turned it off, and I said, "Nope, I don't want to I don't want to be reminded how bad I am at video games."
Yeah. See, I like games that challenge you because there are some games that are they have puzzles and they're pretty they're difficult. But I don't like games that punish you just because they can, So, uh, but hey, I know that Bloodborne and Demon Souls and From Software has a big player base and a lot of hardcore fans, so they're gonna love this. It's coming out again February 25th, so that's the new game coming out. And yeah, there's a couple other games in here, but I think those two were the bigger titles from the big publishers, at least, that are coming out from February. And
hey, speaking of Bungie, man, Destiny 2, the Witch Queen. Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. Like I haven't played Destiny in like I want to say like 3 years.
I've never played Destiny. So,
yeah,
it's probably like a DLC thing that's coming out.
Dude, I literally bought a console. I bought a PS4 to play it with a group of friends.
And never played it?
And never played it after that. I've played it, but I mean, I still use the PS4, of course, but I bought it just for that game to play with some people that didn't have an Xbox. And I'm like, man, but now I just have my PlayStation 5, so it led me to a better life.
But yeah, so good luck to all those developers who are releasing games, and to all those people who are gonna play. Have fun, and like I can't wait for the walkthroughs and the reviews and everything that are gonna come out, because those two games they look fun. They look really fun, especially Horizon Forbidden West. That one looks amazing.
I can't wait to hear everyone complain about Destiny 2's new DLC campaign or whatever. Like, oh my god, they changed so much. I'm like, okay, cool. Just play a different game.
Exactly.
Anyways, I know you're excited for like Elden Ring, and we actually just got our posters for the Lord of the Rings.
Well, we got hand posters. That's we got hand posters.
Somewhere some creep is like, look at those hands.
But they look great though. Like the posters look really good.
Yeah. They'll have like theirs have like gold and stuff on them.
Yeah.
So
like
do you know what that's about? Or is that just
I don't know, man. I think this just shows who's gonna be in the series. Like we see dwarves, elves, of course, mages, high elves, wood elves, and regular folk. Like we see one with like a scimitar thing to cut, the one that you used to cut wheat. So that's that. And like a regular person, we see like a noble,
See a
and
lady with some nuts.
yeah, and a guy holding an arrow, traveler, a guy with a sword with a horse.
I think what this really tells you is,
So
you're going to see a lot of different people from
yeah,
like different backgrounds, and it's going to be very immersive, and
yeah. So
you're
I don't
actually going to
know.
see the world.
Yeah, so
So,
I don't know what this all means. I just know that there's gonna be a lot of characters and a lot from a lot of different realms. And oh, there's I think that's Sauron. Um,
yeah,
so
I saw that one too.
yeah,
I'm like,
so yeah. I mean, I
oh,
think
that's important.
Amazon's just like, hey, this is everybody who's gonna be here, and everybody who is going to be a main character. That this is what they're gonna wear. But yeah, dude, it's September is. I mean, we're already in February, so September is gonna be here real quick, and I can't wait. I,
Yeah,
I
dude.
cannot. I honestly cannot wait for this show. It's gonna be like I know that usually my idea is like going with a show kind of like average, like okay, like I will with like my 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 thing of like okay, it's gonna be average and it can be either good or bad. This show, like my expectation is high for this show. Like it's really high for this show. So
Dude, I really hope so. I mean, they're spending what, like $58 million on it at
yeah,
this
I think it was like
episode.
more than a Game of Thrones they
Oh
did for
yeah,
this
because Game of
episode.
Thrones was like 15.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is
And
15 million.
Game
This
of Thrones
was
was a lot of money.
58 million.
Yeah. And I mean, and that says a lot because Game of Thrones broke records of how much money was spent in that TV show.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean, what is
yeah.
it? I think for like Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and stuff like that, I think it was like 25 million per episode. But man, like the production value on this stuff is going to be insane. At the very least, it's going to look really good.
Yeah, it's gonna look great. Like these hand posters of like the different races, they look they look great, man. They look really good. I
All I
can't
can
wait.
think of is that hand model from Zoolander who like had his hand like preserved in that glass, which is dumb because I don't think that's how that works. But all I think of is like Ben Stiller stepping on it and breaking the glass. I wonder if he's one of the hand models for these posters.
Maybe, I don't know. I can't wait until we get the reveal of the entire poster, who they are, because I don't think we've seen like the actors who are gonna play them. Like I don't remember seeing anybody like kind of like
I haven't seen anyone in like costume or anything.
Yeah,
So
or like somewhat like rumors or anything being like attached to the show.
I
It was
kind of
just
like straight up, not straight up nobodies, but like no A-list actors, like someone that's is just great and we are given a shot. They don't want like
that's kind of how Game of Thrones was. I mean, we had some people who had years in the industry, but most of them were kids. Like Macy Williams, who plays Arya Stark, she was what, like 10 years old when she started that show. So she was kind of a nobody. She was like, right out of school, right out of acting school kind of thing. So, and then she became one of the biggest stars in the world because of the show. So yeah, I mean, it can be done. If the writing's done, if the writing's well and the directing's well, then they can use anybody. But I like, yeah, I'm excited for the show, man. Like if these hand posters, if these hand posters are any indication,
I've never seen somebody so excited for a hand. Like,
dude, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. It's just because of all the races and all the outfits and everything that they are wearing and the swords and the weapons, it looks really good. It looks really, really good.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it too, then, but we have to wait like 7 months.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I think that'll pretty much do it for us today. Just kind of let us know what you guys thought about any of the stuff that we talked about. Just leave a comment down below. Make sure you remember to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And until next time, I'm Leo.
I'm Mace.
Have a good week.
See ya.